I'm wishing all of you a very happy Canada Day. Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:43 scale 1932 Bugatti T50. It's made by Rio, an Italian diecast company. And what a looker. I love these old classic cars from way back in the day. I imagine a ride in one of these was pure luxury. It's a beautifully detailed casting, all kinds of features like opening doors and that removable engine cover. It's a right-hand drive car, beautiful spoked wheels. I love everything about this. That's why I picked it out for this project. This is my submission to the annual Canada Day celebration. I've invited the community to join me in observing Canada's 157th birthday by customizing any casting in any size, as long as it's done predominantly in the flag colors of red and white. As I take this apart, you're going to see dozens of pieces. Some of them are micro size that will have to be carefully disassembled, cataloged, and saved for the week I'm working on this one. I have a feeling I'll need to use this part of the disassembly video when trying to put it all back together at the end of the week. But that's part of the challenge today. It really was a puzzle to find out in what order these had to come apart in. And I wasn't careful to catalog it right at this stage, but I found out later that each of those 3 screws has to go back into the same screw hole, or they wouldn't fit. That one came back to bite me. Now the steering column is fastened to the engine block. That came apart okay. And some of these are pretty fragile pieces too, so I am being careful. Alright. Looks like it makes sense. I carefully remove these very fine plastic pieces like the headlights and the taillights off the back fenders. That's the steering column conundrum. And these opening doors are always a challenge. Alright, off that comes. Engine is free. Now the steering wheel is loose. Gotta take this wooden floor panel out. No springs. Okay. Those are tension springs on the door hinges. That's got a little metal retaining piece. Don't want to lose that spring. It has special forked ends on it to meet the door hinges. Now they're free to come out. Plastic interior. Windshield is all one piece. That came out quite easily. And there's an exterior windshield frame. Very fine, like butterfly wings. And there's just a piece of glue on the corner. I think that's it. Oh, trunk latch. And I'm going to grind these from the inside instead of pulling on them. Front grille can be removed to expose a fan and a fan belt beneath that. Whoa! Well done by Rio. Those are some super details. It's a piece of art. Now and then I don't strip the paint off an original casting when it's so nicely laid down, as in this case. I find applying a fine coat of primer over top of that is sufficient. All you gotta do is scratch it up a little bit with some fine grit sandpaper so the primer can cling well, and off you go, saving a big step. The next build on my schedule is the American Independence Day. Canada and America share a birthday week. The first two of my summer road trip series are buddy builds. They're on the calendar. And in mid-July, the super huge, ginormous build-off Part 4. I hope you'll be around for each one of these. The Bugatti Type 46 and later Type 50 were large enclosed touring cars, and along with the Type 50B racing version, were all produced in the 1930s. The Type 46 used a 5.4-liter straight-eight engine with 3 valves per cylinder, driven by a single overhead camshaft. Power was reported to be 140 horsepower. The Type 46 was a large car weighing 2,500 pounds and riding on a 138-inch wheelbase. The Type 50 was a sporting coupe version of the Type 46, and the Type 50 Touring was a sedan version of the Type 50. It used the same wheelbase as its predecessor, the Type 46, but shared the 5-liter engine of the Type 50. The engine was tuned for torque, though, with 200 horsepower on tap. In total, only 65 Type 50 and Type 50T Bugattis were produced between 1930 and 1934, so it's a rare find today. I've got my Canada flag colors of red and white laid down on the main body now. Looks good on top of the all-black fenders. I'll clear coat everything and let that cure up overnight before I add a couple of maple leaves on the doors to match the one on the trunk. Today's community shoutout goes to the YouTube channel Junior's Custom, where you're going to find some outstanding work by way of custom Hot Wheels, so please follow the link in the description and make your way over there. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories that extend from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean in the west and northward into the Arctic Ocean, making it the world's second largest country by total area, with the world's longest coastline. Its border with the United States is the world's longest unprotected international land border. It's a sparsely inhabited country of only 40 million people, the vast majority residing south of the 55th parallel in urban areas. Canada is a Commonwealth realm and is officially bilingual, English and French. The capital city is Ottawa, and its 3 largest metropolitan areas are Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. Did you know our national sport is not hockey? It's lacrosse. I'm proud to call it my home country, even though I've lived overseas for the best part of the last 30 years now. I'm still fiercely patriotic. I know you are too, for whatever your home country is. That's only right. Well, you've been watching me struggle through the reassembly of these dozens of different micro pieces. Some trial and error. I thought it was almost done at one point. I had to take it mostly apart again and fix an error. But we're rounding third base now and headed for home. And I think it's looking pretty good, despite all the minutiae that I had to wade through to get this far. I'll do some white touch-up paint on that firewall. Couple little details to go before it's all finished. And the bottom of the engine is going to hold everything in place, and remember I said each of those 3 separate screws has to go back into its original hole because they're different sizes and shapes. And I forgot that, so that took me a little while to get it right. Okay, good fit so far. Nearly the last piece of the puzzle was this rear axle going through the differential, and with that last rear tire going on, we're left with just the rear lights. This is a little bit of micro clear. It's a light glue and it dries clear, so it's perfect for these applications. The one on the right is just standard. And the one on the left holds the license plate. So I have to do that in 2 pieces. And the classic license plate simply says 1932 for the year of the Bugatti, but not 1867, which is the year of Confederation for Canada. With the trunk handle reattached in the same fashion. And the windscreen cover up front. I can call this T50 finished. And I didn't have any leftover pieces. Let's have a closer look. The Bugatti looks shiny and new, proudly flying the Canadian maple leaf flag colors. A subtle patriotic theme, but I like it very much, especially on these old classic car lines. So many pieces were involved in this. That was really the challenge for me on this build. But I must say I'm very happy with how it turned out. It rolls like a champ, too. There was absolutely nothing wrong with this in the beginning. It caught my eye because it's such a beauty. And I like how it's brightened up and representing my home country so well. The doors are still functioning, they fit just right. And there it looks at home on the little desk-size flag. I'm happy that you visited my channel today for this special celebration. If you participated in a build, please send your glamour shot to that email address and I'll include it in a recap video. Wishing you all a great Canada Day, wherever you're watching from. It's coffee time.